Hey everyone, I loaded up at Sephora today and went crazy, and one of the things I got, I have been so anticipating this, so excited about this, and it's such a neatly structured palette. This is the Urban Decay Backtalk palette. I have it on today, and it is sort of, I've been really excited about it, but it sort of is disappointing me in the color payoff category, but structurally it's a really cool palette. So here it is two-sided, so you have eyeshadows on one side and then you have a face palette on the other. It is another one of those that has a middle section in it, like their Shapeshifter face palette. Here are your eyeshadows, and here are your face products. And then in the middle you have a double-sided mirror. Now what is interesting about this is you can lay it flat and you can look in the mirror here as you're putting on your makeup. You could lay it on a vanity or on a dresser or whatever. But what is really interesting is you can take this middle thing out. So today when I was working with this, I just had it sort of on my lap, and in order to get to the colors better, I just removed that center section altogether. Pretty cool. So we have a very intense pink, purpley, lavendery scheme going on here. You've got mattes and shimmers in the, or metallics in the eyeshadow section. You have two sort of highlighters slash blush toppers here. And then you have these two blushes. This one is a matte and this one is a shimmer. So I was so excited when I saw these colors. I mean, look at that. Berries, purple, reddish purples. I love all of that. So exciting. And I love a good double-sided palette, or I love a good eye and cheek palette all in one. Whenever you get those, it's pretty rare, but I kind of really like those. However, I am going to show you in the swatches that the eyeshadows are kind of disappointing me, especially the metallics. Usually metallics are intensely pigmented and wonderful. These are a little on the wimpy side, and then the cheek palette, the cheek side is kind of disappointing me too. I will show you. First, let's do the cheek side since that is easier. We have Cheap Shot, Double Take. This one here is called Low Key, and then we have Party Foul. And here are the two highlighters. You can barely see. This one is the more peachy toned one, and then this is the pinker one. It's just, the pink one is just kind of chunky. It's not very reflective. It's not very intense. The peach one you can almost not see at all. Look at that. And then these two are just kind of funny. This one is kind of very shiny. And then this one is just real thin. Not very pigmented at all. And here are your eyeshadows, a couple of which you can barely see. There are actually two right here. You can barely see them. Do you see how thin in consistency this one and this one are? They're just barely visible. I have this one on my lid today, and I put it on with my finger. I packed it on, and it's okay, but it's just very not pigmented. These shimmers like this metallic, this one here, are not as pigmented as they could be. Just a lot of shimmer metallic type shadows are just intensely pigmented, and they're very buttery, they're very creamy, they go on very easily. These are not doing that. I love this middle color here, this transition color. That is the most intensely pigmented of the whole palette. It's just a matte, but it's intensely pigmented. This is another shine, sort of shimmery satin finish. And it is, that's two coats of it right there. So it's very sort of not pigmented. They're not very pretty. They're just not all that gorgeous on. And I'll show you how I applied this today. And I'm going to start with the color called Backtalk in my crease. This one right here. The matte shade. And a little bit of the color called Three Sheets under my brow bone. It's quite pink. And I'm going to put the color called WTF in my inner crease. That's this one right here. perfect warmer color for creases and contouring there. Nice pigment on that one. That's actually really soft and pretty there. Fanning just a little more Backtalk up on the top here. I'm going to put this color called Curve on my lid. I'm not getting real good vibes off that one. It's very colorless, kind of almost. Here we go. Oh, it's not bad. Not bad. Not super sheer. I'm putting it on with my finger to try to get as much foily metallicness out of it as I can, because it's kind of a wimpy colored shade there. It's not strongly metallic. And I'm gonna throw some shade, in my outer corner. I'll put the color called 180 out there as well. This shade is a little shady. It's not, look all that pigmented on the back of my hand, etc. Okay, it's showing up. It's quite light. It's okay, it's not really wanting to build too much onto the other colors. And a little bit of the 180 color here in the outer corner as well. Mostly right down here on my lid, not really up here, but just right down here on my lid. That one's not terribly pigmented either. These metallics, you know, most metallics are just jumping out of the pan at you and attacking your eyes. These are just kind of, I don't know, like a creamy sheerness, not really all that exciting. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of the 180 color in my outer corner to line under my lashes. Okay, that's all right. Actually, it's blending out really nicely. I'm going to put a little bit of the Attitude color the rest of the way. Just so did I mention that this section in the middle that comes out, it is magnetized into place. It snaps in, it's magnetized into place, so that's pretty cool. It's not just flopping all over the place. So to do my cheeks, let me show you how I did that today. I used every color, all 4 colors on here, and this is how it went on. Let's start on these cheek products. I'm going to do a little bit of this Double Take color, and then on top of that I'm going to put this Cheap Shot. Okay, that one's not bad. I'm going to put a little of the Cheap Shot on top of it just because it's shiny. Yeah, that pinks it up quite a bit. Has a bit. And for a highlighter, I'm going to attempt to put this color called Low Key on top. That one has a lot of color. Looks a little bit more like a blush topper to me. Like maybe if I had just put one of those blush shades on, then I could put this on top of it to sort of give it a shiny boost, but it doesn't really work as a highlighter. So let's try the Party Foul one on the end that it looks very chunky and wimpy. It's okay, it's a more subtle highlighter. Okay, it's just a little bit of a wimpy colored palette. I don't know what's going on with this. I was so excited. I mean, those shimmers, those satins, those metallics, they should be so much more pigmented and more opaque than they are, definitely. By the way, I am wearing today a glitter flip color from Ciate. Y'all always ask me what I have on my lips, and I never remember to write it down. So, from Ciate, the color is called Whisper, and it is a glitter flip where you apply it and then do that, and it gets a little bit glittery, not too intensely glittery. One of their new shades in that. So this Backtalk palette is supposed to be based on their super best-selling Backtalk Vice lipstick. I do not have that color. I think I've had it in the past. I went through my drawers today and I'm not seeing it, so I must have gotten rid of it. It's just a nice basic pink. I think it's really close in color to this color right here. I recently tried out for the first time this new Maybelline Total Temptation mascara. I love this tube. Usually mascara tubes are black. I love that this is this pretty sort of nude skin tone. It's kind of pretty in your drawer. It's easy to find. This did not thrill me. It is too natural looking on your eyes. Here's what it looks like. It's got a fairly big bristly brush. It has a sweet smell. A sweet kind of fruity smell, and I love the matte tube. That's pretty, but it just gives this sort of light feathery look to your lashes instead of any kind of volumizing or defining. They're just very feathery. They're not intensely volumized like I like. They're just very light and feathery. It does feel lightweight on your lashes. It doesn't feel like there's anything on there, but it doesn't look like there's very much on there either. So that one's not working for me. It's a good thing I got it for free. One of my CVS Extra Care Bucks freebies. I get so many of those. I bought today at Sephora. They finally launched their Too Faced Life's a festival collection. I did get the palette, so I'm going to dive into that. When I swatched that, I wanted to swatch the collection in store. I didn't want to just buy them. I swatched it in store. There are so many duochromes going on in this palette. I had to have it. It's gorgeous. It's ethereal looking. And I didn't get any of the rest of the collection. I didn't feel like I needed the rest of them. Very, very shimmery lip glosses and lipsticks. The bronzer was very orangey on me. So I just did get the palette. I also got both of the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Sublime palettes that they've come out with. These are the small version ones. I got the two that I liked the colors in. I bought this one today. This is Bronze Ambition. I ordered the other one that I liked that is Platinum Bronze. I ordered that one on Pat McGrath's actual site before I knew they were coming to Sephora as soon as they did. So I have to wait for that one to come in, but I'm going to do a video on those individually because they're very, very pretty. I'll be doing videos on those and many more things that I have ordered and that are coming out soon. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.